Welcome to Tech Talk Central. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Nathan.
Today, we're diving into a really common dilemma for anyone setting up a home office or maybe just needing a reliable printer at home.
That's right. We're looking at two very popular all-in-one options. The Canon MegaTank G3270 versus the HP DeskJet 2827e.
It's kind of the ultimate home printer battle, isn't it? Both print, copy, and scan.
Mm-hmm.
But they go about it in fundamentally different ways, especially when it comes to ink.
Exactly. And that's what we want to unpack today. Our mission is to give you the key facts, cut through some of the marketing speak, and help you figure out which one actually fits your needs and, maybe more importantly, your budget.
Okay, let's get into it. These aren't just printers. They represent like two different ways of thinking about printing at home.
Precisely. Let's start with the big one.
Yep.
Ink and the economics behind it. This is probably the main decision point for most people.
Agreed. So the Canon G3270 first. This is the MegaTank model.
Right. Think refillable ink tanks. Instead of buying those small, often pricey cartridges, you buy bottles of ink and pour them into tanks built into the printer. It's an inkjet, but a different approach.
And the headline feature here is pretty bold. Canon says you get up to 2 years of ink right in the box.
Yeah, it's a huge selling point.
Yeah. They
back that up with some impressive page yield numbers, too.
What are we talking specifically?
Okay, so they claim up to 6,000 black and white pages.
Wow.
Or 7,700 color pages from that first set of ink bottles, the GI21 inks.
That's a lot of printing.
It really is. And that's how they get to that claim of potentially saving you up to $1,000 on ink compared to cartridge-based printers over time.
So clearly aimed at people who print frequently. Students, home businesses.
Definitely high-volume users.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the ink bottles, the GI21s. An interesting point here is the type of ink.
Oh, right. It uses different types.
Yes. The black ink is pigment-based, while the color inks are dye-based.
Okay, translate that for us. Why does that matter for home use?
Well, pigment black ink is great for text. It's generally more water-resistant, smudge-resistant, and gives you really crisp, sharp black text, almost like a laser printer.
Ah, okay. Good for documents.
Exactly. Then the dye-based color inks are typically better for producing vibrant colors, especially for photos on glossy paper. So Canon's trying to give you the best of both worlds there.
Makes sense. Okay, let's switch gears to the HP DeskJet 2827e. Completely different philosophy here.
Totally different. This uses the standard HP thermal inkjet cartridges, the kind most people are familiar with. But the big play here is convenience, specifically through their subscription service.
HP Instant Ink, right.
That's the one.
Yeah.
When you set up the printer and activate HP Plus Ink, you get a free 3-month trial of Instant Ink.
And the idea is the printer tells HP when you're low on ink, and they automatically ship you new cartridges.
Exactly. It's designed to be totally hands-off. You pay a monthly fee based on how many pages you print, not how much ink you use, and you theoretically never run out.
Sounds convenient, but there's always a but.
There is a significant one here. The documentation is very clear. This printer, the 2827e, is designed to work only with cartridges that have genuine HP chips or circuitry.
Meaning no third-party cartridges, no refills.
Correct. It will actively block them. So if you buy this printer, you are committing to using only HP-branded cartridges, either through the Instant Ink subscription or buying them retail for the life of the printer.
That's a major lock-in. So convenience versus freedom, essentially.
That's a good way to put it. With a Canon, you manually refill tanks, but you can buy ink wherever. With the HP, it's automated convenience, but you're tied to their ecosystem. And the ink itself, the HP 67 cartridges, uses dye-based ink for both black and color.
So good for general use and photos, but maybe not quite as sharp on text as the Canon's pigment black.
Potentially, yes. Dye-based black is perfectly fine for most things, but pigment usually has that edge for really crisp text definition.
Okay, economics and ink aside, let's talk performance. Speed. This always gets confusing.
It does, especially because they use different measurements here.
Right. The Canon G3270 spec sheet says 11.0 FPM for monochrome.
And the HP 230-37e says 7.5 ppm for monochrome.
So 11 versus 7.5. Canon sounds faster. But what's ETM versus PPM? Is it a fair comparison?
It's tricky. IPM usually stands for images per minute and often refers to a standardized ISO test procedure. It's meant to be a more realistic, repeatable speed. PPM, pages per minute, can sometimes be measured under, let's say, ideal conditions, maybe draft mode.
So the 11 IPM for the Canon is likely a more reliable indicator of its actual throughput speed for normal documents.
Generally, yes. It suggests that Canon is built for more sustained speed, especially for black and white documents. It's significantly faster on paper.
What about color speeds?
They're much closer. The Canon is listed at 6.0 ppm and the HP at 5.5 ppm. So Canon's still slightly ahead, but not by as much.
Okay, speed advantage to Canon, especially for text. What about handling paper? Capacity matters if you print a lot.
Big difference here, too. The Canon G3270 holds up to 100 sheets of plain paper in its input tray.
And the HP?
Only 60 sheets.
Oof. Yeah, if you're printing a 50-page report, you'd be refilling that HP tray pretty quickly.
It could definitely get annoying for larger jobs.
But the HP has a secret weapon: size and weight.
Absolutely. If space is tight, maybe a small apartment, dorm room, or just a crowded desk. The HP 2827e is tiny.
How tiny are we talking?
It weighs just 7.55 pounds, and it's considerably smaller in dimensions. The Canon, with those big ink tanks, is almost double the weight at 13.2 pounds and takes up more physical space.
So you're trading desk space for ink capacity and potentially lower running costs with the Canon.
Right, the trade-off right there.
Oh.
Oh, and one more physical spec difference, max print size.
Right, the Canon can do something unusual.
Yeah, it can handle custom sizes up to 8.5 inches wide by, get this, 47 inches long.
Wow, like banners or panoramic photos.
Exactly. The HP maxes out its standard legal size, 8.5 by 14 inches. It's a niche feature for the Canon, but interesting.
Okay, what about print quality? Resolution, they both seem high for color.
They both list up to 4800 by 1200 optimized DPI for color, which is excellent. But there's a subtle difference noted for black and white.
What's that?
The Canon also lists 4800 by 1200 DPI for black, whereas the HP lists 1200 by 1200 rendered DPI for black.
Does that higher number for the Canon actually make a difference for, just printing text?
It can, yeah. Higher DPI allows for finer control over where the ink dots are placed. This generally translates to sharper text edges, smoother diagonal lines, and better detail in small fonts or graphics, combined with the pigment black ink.
Right. It suggests the Canon might just produce slightly crisper, more professional-looking text documents.
That's the implication, yes.
Yeah.
It's especially important if you're printing resumes or business documents frequently.
Okay, let's talk features and actually using these things. Displays, connectivity.
The Canon has a small 1.35-inch square LCD screen. It's functional, shows status.
And the HP.
It uses what they call an icon LCD. It's more minimalist, using icons rather than text for status updates. Maybe simpler for some.
Connectivity seems standard. Both have USB and Wi-Fi.
Correct. The HP specs also specifically call out Apple AirPrint and Google Cloud Print compatibility, which is nice for mobile printing. The Canon is listed as network ready and works with Alexa.
But the HP has this AI feature. What's that about?
Yeah, this is one of HP's software advantages. It's advertised as a feature that helps format prints, especially from the web.
How so?
Apparently, it can intelligently remove clutter, like ads, menus, unnecessary headers, from web pages or emails before you print them.
Oh, that actually sounds really useful. Think of printing recipes or articles.
Exactly. It aims to give you just the content you want, formatted nicely, which could save paper and ink, not to mention frustration. HP also highlights scan to PDF capability.
So HP maybe has a slight edge on user-friendly software features, especially for web stuff.
It seems that way. The Canon focuses more on the core print copy scan functions.
Now, something often overlooked but important for a device that might be on all day: power consumption.
And the difference here is pretty stark. The HP DeskJet 2827 is incredibly efficient. Its on-mode power consumption is listed at just 2.8 watts.
2.8 watts, that's basically nothing, like an LED nightlight.
Pretty much. Now compare that to the Canon G3270.
Uh-oh.
Its on-mode power consumption is 16.0 watts.
16? Wow, that's more than 5 times higher.
It's a significant difference if the printer is left on frequently. It reflects the designs the HP is built for low-power standby, while the Canon's tank system likely requires more power to keep ready.
That's a huge factor for energy-conscious buyers. What about broader sustainability? Eco-labels.
Both are Energy Star certified, which is good baseline, but they have different EPEAT ratings.
EPEAT, that's the environmental registry.
Right. The Canon G3270 achieves an EPEAT Silver rating.
Silver is better than just standard bronze, right? Means it meets stricter environmental criteria.
Correct. The HP 2827e has a standard EPEAT certification, likely bronze. However, HP makes a point of highlighting its construction.
How so?
They state it's made with at least 60% post-consumer recycled plastic.
Okay, so different approaches to sustainability. Canon gets points for the higher EPEAT rating, possibly linked to less cartridge waste over time due to the tanks. HP gets points for using recycled materials in the printer itself and that super low energy use.
It's a mixed bag, depending on what aspect of sustainability you prioritize.
All right, we've covered a lot. Ink costs, speed, size, features, power. Let's try to boil this down. Who should buy which printer?
Okay, let's define the ideal user for each. You should probably choose the Canon MegaTank G3270 if you print a lot.
High volume is key.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you prioritize the absolute lowest cost per page over the long run, that MegaTank system is hard to beat. Also, if you need that faster black and white print speed for long documents or the larger 100 sheet paper capacity.
And maybe if you value that potentially crisper text quality from the pigment ink and higher resolution.
Right. You're essentially accepting the larger physical size and the higher power draw in exchange for volume, speed, and long-term savings.
Okay. Now, who is the HP DeskJet 2827e perfect for?
You should choose the HP if space is your primary concern. That compact footprint is a major advantage.
Small desk, tight budget maybe on the initial purchase price.
Could be, though you need to factor in ongoing ink costs or the subscription fee after the trial. But definitely, if you value that incredibly low power consumption, that 2.8 watts is impressive.
And if the convenience of the instant ink subscription really appeals to you, the whole set it and forget it's model.
Exactly. Plus, if those HP software features like the AI web page formatting sound like something you'd use often, you're choosing compactness, low energy, and ecosystem convenience, but accepting the ink lock-in and lower capacity.
So it really comes down to your printing habits and priorities. Volume versus convenience, long-term cost versus upfront simplicity.
Precisely. And maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to consider. It's not just about the money saved on ink with a Canon or the convenience fee with the HP. It's about control.
What do you mean?
Well, the Canon gives you control. You manage the ink, you buy it when and where you want, you benefit directly from the low cost per page.
Yeah.
It requires a bit more effort, perhaps.
Okay.
The HP, particularly with instant ink, takes away the effort, but it also takes away your control over ink purchasing. You're reliant on their system, their prices, their cartridges. So the question to ask yourself is, what kind of cost bothers you more? The potential hassle of managing ink yourself, or the cost of giving up control and choice within a closed ecosystem?
That's a really interesting way to frame the final decision, not just features, but philosophy. Okay, that wraps up our deep dive comparing the Canon MegaTank G3270 and the HP DeskJet 2827e here on Tech Talk Central.
We hope this breakdown helps you make the right choice for your home office. And hey, if you want to check out the latest prices or find deals on either of these printers,
Be sure to check out the links we've put in the description below this video.
definitely worth a look.
And if you found this analysis helpful, please hit that subscribe button for Tech Talk Central. We've always got more tech deep dives coming your way. Thanks for listening.